Good morning. Good morning. Well, good day. It's morning in my case. So, um, yeah, I am so grateful to be here today, and I'm so excited to have this talk with you guys. It has been long overdue for me to have a conversation with you guys, and to all that come across this video. So, yeah, let's get into it. Actually, before I even get into the conversation, my name is Ajani, aka Ghetto Goddess. And yeah, so I kind of want to talk about this full moon in Scorpio and the energies that have been kind of coming up during this time. And I just want to give you guys a little guidance, moving forward from this full moon energy into the next new moon and, so forward, so on, all that good stuff. Um, so, this full moon in Scorpio, the full moon, first of all, is all about, bringing illumination and bringing light and bringing things to the forefront. When the moon is full, the tides are high, and that means our emotions are also high because that water element is linked to our inner emotions, especially the deep dark depths of our emotions. So it's normal for the full moon to bring up and surface up a lot of dense emotions, yeah, for cleansing. So I feel like this full moon in Scorpio, again, being that Scorpio is also a water sign, which is ruled by Pluto, death, and rebirth. It's bringing a lot of things up that need to, be transitioned, in order to experience the rebirth or get the effects or the consequences or whatever you want to say of the rebirth, whether it's good or bad. Anyways, um, you know, Scorpio is that sign that likes to control. They like to be in control of everything or as much as they can. And as a Scorpio moon, I can confirm. So, this full moon is just asking us to surrender to these emotions that are coming up and just kind of lean into them and seeing the gifts that they can offer because these are aspects again that need to be dealt with, and upon dealing with them they do indeed make us a stronger person, make us more resilient, and we do get the healing benefits and aspects of looking these emotions or these suppressed things, looking them in the face and dealing with it. We get these benefits and rewards, from doing that. um, so, yeah, upon surrendering, there's a lot of resistance that we have to let go of. There's a lot of resistance that we have to, put down. We got to put down these swords because at this time, it's not a battle. Of course, you want to pick and choose your battles, but these emotions, these old patterns and habits and people coming up, um, these are something that you don't want to fight. You just kind of want to, again, surrender to it and see what these things can offer you. Um, yeah, let's see. So, when we resist, um, that usually means that we're running from something that we don't want to deal with. And it's important that we stop running. It's important that we look at what's coming up because these are the things, moving forward that we don't want to run from anymore. These are the things that moving forward, if we deal with them, it's going to make our path so much easier in the future rather than not dealing with them, suppressing them even more, and then getting to a point in the future where we need certain skills that we would have been able to acquire if we would have dealt with a certain situation in the past. But you think you're having to deal with it in the future, basically. Um, yeah. So I have my book right here. I took some notes, some things just that I've just been observing. So you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my book. Let's see. Um, some of these things that we could be resisting, it could be resisting our truth and resisting, accepting ourselves fully, our authenticity. It could be letting go of a person, a place, a situation, running from that ascension process because, again, especially during this full moon in Scorpio, this transition that our spirit guides in the universe are wanting to take at this time. It could be very overwhelming because, again, being with this water energy being so prominent, it's asking us to really dive deep and look at these emotions that are in these parts of ourselves, look at these fears, look at these doubts, and ask ourselves, what can we do to change it? What can we do, to really transform the situation? How can we shift our perspective? Because this is a really important, part and aspect of the foundation that you're trying to build. This transition is a really integral part of the foundation that you're wanting to build. So you want to ask yourself, you want to quit running from the truth, look that shit in the face, and see what it can offer you. See what you can do to heal these aspects and really bring together that mind, body, and spirit. And with that being said, a lot of you guys could really be seeing a lot of 333, which is, again, that combination of mind, body, and spirit and being aligned. So ultimately, all these things that are happening, all these things that are coming up, are just putting you into alignment. And sometimes that could be tough, especially because, we are. Spirits in flesh, and the flesh is tempted by a lot of things. And ultimately we have to pick and choose those battles, and it could be rough, but at the end of the day, spirit is saying that it's really time to just be strong, look these fears in the face, or look at these subconscious patterns, these habits, look at these people around you, look at the way you talk to yourself, the way you treat yourself, all of that stuff. Really looking at that and saying, okay, what needs to change? And it's just really looking at and accepting that hard truth. Yeah. Um, so, the full moon to me is also all about receiving downloads. I feel like you receive downloads during any part of the moon phase, but in the full moon in particular, I feel like there's so much wholeness, to be received, and there's so many downloads coming at this time intuitionally through people, through signs and synchronizations, or synchronicities, um, and it's just all about receiving these downloads. Don't resist them. Surrender. Allow them to come through and integrate and process these downloads that you're receiving, so that come the new moon, you're really stepping into that new energy, and you're, rebirthing. And ultimately, again, this whole full moon in Scorpio is trying to get you to do, is to just really accept and surrender the death process. And not just, I'm not saying, death as in physically, um, death just as in that transition, being able to, you know, die and then rebirth. um, yeah, I know sometimes that could seem a little harsh, that word, but it's real. It's real. It's just like, energetically, spiritually, physically, emotionally. It's like, it's, yeah. All right. So, with all of this being said, I feel like another thing that really needs to be spoken about is being able to come out of your comfort zone at this time. How can you come out of your comfort zone? Um, I don't know, I'm hearing something about an exit plan. What is that exit plan? That exit plan of leaving your past self behind, leaving those past situations behind, and, finding that exit path to the newer version of you and the newer self and the new future and all that good stuff. That's funny. But give me 1 second. Turn this music down. All right. Perfect. Okay, so coming out of your comfort zone, I feel like the biggest thing right now, um, that'll help you, and especially because we're dealing with water emotion, to me, water is cleansing and it's also very nurturing to me. I love to go to the water to cleanse. I love to put my feet in the water. I love to just be in the water. I love to be in the shower. It's just water. It's just very, very cleansing and nurturing in that aspect. And I feel like with all of that being said, a really good practice that you should get used to during this time is loving yourself. Loving yourself, loving yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, being patient with yourself. When you love yourself, you're capable of doing and being so much more, because you're ultimately allowing yourself to raise yourself to that higher vibration and level of consciousness and understanding and awareness of yourself. um, I'm just getting so many downloads. So when I take these big breaths, it's just because I'm processing everything. But, anyways, being patient and loving and nurturing yourself allows you to really get comfortable with yourself and, be okay with who you are, when you are, how you are, and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, loving yourself. Even I have some problems with this at times, and this is just a reflection of my past that I need to deal with as well. But just releasing what has been said about me years ago. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, high school. I'm not even going to lie. High school has been coming up as well as a couple other things. Um, and high school's been coming up because I was teased a lot in high school. Elementary, cool, yeah, that as well. But high school was a very big transformational point for me, and I feel like I was affected a lot. Um, by what others said about me, even though they probably think that I didn't know that they talked shit about me. But I know a lot of people did, and I knew about it, and it really affected me as well as things that happened at home, and that's coming up for me to deal with, and just understanding who I am now and being present with who I am now allows me to be like, what, I don't really care about what they said about me, because a lot of them now are just, and I say this in the most humblest way, are not in the best places, emotionally, or whatever. We're just gonna keep it at that. But just really being present and loving and accepting myself now is allowing me to release that and let that be, because in the past I was very insecure and I allowed their projections of themselves to affect me. But now, no, we're not with that shit anymore. And it's so funny because a lot of guys in particular who used to talk the most shit about me are always in my inbox, to this day, and it's so funny. I find it just fucking hilarious. But yes, um, yeah, loving yourself, and not caring what people think, because a lot of people, when they judge, a lot of it is projections of themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is projections of themselves, because you may be a little bit more authentic than them, and that shit triggers them, so then they may start to judge. But I feel like at the end of the day, don't let what people say or think or perceive about you affect the way that you move in this life, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to figure it out, and not all of us know everything. So it's just like we're kind of all in the same boat of trying to stand in our power and be ourselves, and just fucking bring abundance and joy and happiness into our lives. So by any means, if you feel like, damn, I need to go walk down the street with some booty shorts on and a piece of cloth covering my titties because I need to be confident and I feel like doing that will make me feel like I could be comfortable in my skin, then do that because you never know. And okay, and I want to say make sure you have some clothes on. Like you don't want to like, get arrested or anything. But what I am saying is that just being authentic in that way allows for you again. Okay, because this is how I see it. When you heal yourself on an individual level, you're then helping to raise the collective to a higher vibration because you're healing yourself and then going back to walking in your pieces of clothing, doing that and being authentic. Someone else can see you walking down the street doing that, and then they're like, damn, um yeah, I could be more comfortable with myself like that. And then, they start to love themselves and nurture themselves. And it's just like a chain reaction. It's like a ripple effect. So I'm just saying, being authentic allows you to heal yourself and to heal others because, no matter who you are, there's always going to be somebody looking up to you. Um, so yeah, don't care what people think because, you know, a lot of us don't know what the fuck is going on, okay? And we're all trying to figure ourselves out in this crazy simulation, you know? um, be patient with yourself. I feel like another thing is do things that make you happy, okay? Doing this as well will help you come out of your comfort zone. When you do things that make you feel joy, that you're passionate about, and that you wake up in the morning and you're super excited to do, that's what's going to help you step out of your comfort zone more because you're just gaining that confidence, you're gaining that momentum, and you're gaining that more self-respect for yourself. And it's just after putting all these other things that I talked about into action, like loving yourself and not caring what people think, and all that stuff. Once you start doing things that actually make you happy, um, as well, it's really going to help you, you know, get aligned on your path and your purpose, and just really set you on that journey of abundance and fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do things that bring you joy. If it does not make you fucking happy, and if it doesn't put a smile on your face, then you don't need to be doing it. You don't need to be doing it. You don't need to be around it. You don't need to have it in your life. Point, period, point blank. Okay, okay. He called me Big Purr. I make this pussy purr. I don't know. I watch too much TikTok. But, those are for those who. Mm. Another thing with that being said, I feel like that happened for a reason, but it made me think of, those who are going to resonate with you are going to resonate with you regardless, no matter what you do. And those who don't, they're not meant for your journey. They're not meant for your path. They're not here for you. Or maybe, they are, but it's just a part of that ripple effect, that when you heal yourself and you raise yourself to a high vibration, it affects others. So maybe, but not on a personal level. So those who fuck with you are gonna fuck with you, and those who don't. Those who understand you are gonna understand you, and those who don't even worry about it because it's not meant. That interaction is just not meant to be. So don't force it. Don't put all of your focus on that, and then start to overthink and overreact and over exaggerate, and then you put yourself into a bad place mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So, yes, those you just gotta accept that those who are going to fuck with you are going to fuck with you, and those who aren't. Period. Um, and make each day count. Make each day count. Do something every day. If you have a goal, whether it's just to be happy, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to have a business, whether it's to attract the right partner, whether it's whatever, whether it's to have a car, whatever it is that you're whatever it is that you're manifesting, just getting some more downloads. I might have to make another video. But whatever it is that you're manifesting, you want to make each day count. Do something every day that's going to put you closer to that goal. Something that's going to, really change the energy and shift that energy and put it into alignment of what it is that you're trying to call in and bring into your life. Again, whether that's something emotionally, physically, spiritually, anything. Make each day count. And it doesn't have to be the biggest step. It doesn't have to, you don't have to go fucking hard the first time. Just do things that, you can agree with, have that trust within yourself, build that boundary within yourself, um, and just make each day count, because at the end of the day we're human, and sometimes we can get tired, we can get emotionally overwhelmed, and we could just feel that pressure, and it's just, the last thing we want to do is just really put so much pressure on ourselves to do something to where we burn out. um, yeah, know that it's okay to rest, and to call all parts of yourself back to you when you need them to restore and regenerate your power and your energy. And then when you're ready, go back at it again. Things take time. Things take time to build, and as you ascend and you grow, you're also building yourself, which takes time and energy. So just allow yourself the time and the space to grow as you make these steps. Rome wasn't built overnight. I know that's like a saying, um, but that just goes to say that things take time to build, and you just want to make sure that you have enough energy and mental and spiritual capacity to continue, build up that momentum. Um, you may be seeing all these people on social media who have everything that you want, and um, you know, that's awesome and that's great and that's amazing. But you have to understand that, again, those people, also had to take time to get to where they're at, and they may not show you a lot of that. So, try to, for those of you who get stuck in the social media aspect, try to separate yourself from that and just see those people who are in the position that you want to see yourself in the future. Use those as motivations, or motivational, aspects. Use them as motivation. Um, use them as motivation and allow yourself to continue to manifest that image of yourself, or whatever it is that you see yourself having in the future. Just continue to see yourself fitting into those shoes, filling yourself into those shoes. But yeah, making each day count, no matter how big or small it may be, and just make sure that it brings that ultimate joy. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of oh my gosh, yes. So actually, as a lot of you may know that may come across this video, or as many of you may not know, I love plant medicine, herbs, medicinal herbs, flowers, all of that stuff. And I am connected, very, very connected to, you know, the the earth medicine. um, whether it's crystals, whether it's trees, whether it's any of that stuff that I just said. But anything. Anyways, with all of that being said, some flowers have been coming to me lately, and um, before I even finish that, I want to put some music back on. So give me a second. um, what's this? Okay. I'm back. um, what was I saying? I was talking about flowers. So, flowers. The flowers that have been coming to me for the past couple weeks has been daisy, and hibiscus. Those two in particular have just been really making themselves known to me. And the messages that I received from Daisy, um, she told me that this is, a time to be authentic and to honor your authentic self and to honor, who you are as an individual. Um, and to just be unique because there can be other people again like you, and I know that because I feel like there's like a lot of competition energy coming up at this time, and I feel like that could be a little like a little can make us feel a little cautious, a little hesitant. And Daisy let me know that she has brothers and sisters that are very similar to her, like echinacea and arnica flower, even the gerbera daisies. And you know with all of that being said, Daisy is unique. She has white petals, versus her brothers and sisters that have the similar orange petals and the colored petals. But she stands out and she's unique, and she's just saying no matter how many other people you may think are against you, or you feel like you may compare yourself to, or whatever the case may be, she's just saying to be unique, stand in your power, and just own your truth. Own your truth. Daisy is just like, I don't know if you guys ever watched that YouTube video about the honey badger don't give a fuck. That's like Daisy energy. And Daisy's like, we don't give a fuck because like we are who we are. You accept us how we are, and if you don't, well then there's other people, things, situations that you can do what you gotta do. I don't give a fuck. And hibiscus is all about going back to what I was saying about finding joy in all the things that you do, because hibiscus is sweet, and I feel like it's just all about drinking that sweet nectar of life and enjoying the sweetness and the gifts that life has to offer when you step into that alignment, when you feel joy in all things that you do, because that is in alignment with your higher self, is when you're in that joyful, present energy. Yes. Thank you, hibiscus. But yes, definitely just, being vulnerable. Yes, being vulnerable, allowing yourself to put yourself out there and step out of your comfort zone. But just, again, you know, honoring your boundaries, building that trust within yourself, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and step out of your comfort zone. Because being vulnerable is a flex, you guys. Being vulnerable is a flex. It's a flex. Like if you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that shows so much strength and self love and confidence. It's a flex, you guys. um, but yeah, sorry. So cacao wants to say something too. So I had like a little mini cacao ceremony a couple days ago. And, as some of you may know or may not know, cacao is a heart opener. And she's a very divine, feminine energy. And when I took in the cacao, one of the messages that I received from her is that, trust is a boundary that is activated within the heart chakra. It's activated within the heart. And it's when we allow, when we love ourselves and respect ourselves and nurture ourselves and just trust ourselves, we're able to activate those boundaries. So for any of those who may resonate with that, when it comes to, trusting others and trusting yourself, you want to set those boundaries with yourself and with others, because of that amount of self love and respect. So, again, for those who may resonate for that, that was a message from Mama Cacao. But yeah, I feel like that really ties up everything that I want to talk about in regards to this full moon. And the energy that it's carrying and the actions that we're being guided to take. Yeah, I just, to just sum everything up, I feel like, just take the steps you're guided to take at this time. Okay, surrender. Um, there's these lyrics to one of my favorite songs. I release control and surrender to the flow. I feel like that's very important at this time, to release control and surrender to the flow and allow yourself to really look these situations in the face, these people, situations, ideals, whatever may be going on that you need to really look at and face and allow, lean into it. Lean into these energies and see what they can offer you, because they do have some gifts for you. Um, Switching that perspective. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think that really ties up everything that I want to say. And I just want to thank everyone who has been able to come across this video. And I hope that, whoever did come across this video, you guys are able to pull some things from it, that's going to help you on your journey at this time. And with that being said, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And much love and many blessings. Peace.